Today I'm watching Wandavision Season 1, Episode 2. The previous episode was obviously the pilot episode, and we had this 50s sitcom feel to it with Wanda and Vision and having the boss over Mr. Hart for dinner and trying to impress him, to get this big promotion. So I'm curious to see if we'll actually pick that up or if it'll just be implied. And we ended the episode with Wanda and Vision sitting together on the couch and, thinking of their song and giving each other wedding rings. They don't really seem to know why they are in this place and at this time. And even when the boss was over, he was asking them and they couldn't really think of an answer. Even with the date, August 23rd, they couldn't remember why that date was marked and why it was significant. So yeah, I'm curious to see where we're gonna go. And like I said in the previous episode, if every episode was like the one we had in the pilot, I'm totally fine with it. It was so funny. This 50s sitcom, we met, the neighbor as well. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to continue watching this series. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and check back often for more awesome content. The separate beds. Oh my gosh.
What do you see?
Yeah, we're back in black and white, the 4-3. Yeah, I'm curious to see where we're gonna go.
Are you using your night vision?
Darling, you can't be suggesting my colleagues were referring to us.
Oh my.
We determine the source of that sound.
Yes. One of us should.
Move their beds together.
It's getting ridiculous. I'm going to take a look.
Oh, good, darling.
He's so scared. Oh, it's just the tree.
This is on the opportunity to redecorate.
This is better, isn't it?
Oh my, they're moving up a decade.
Get the light.
Oh my. Oh, we get an intro this time. I'm very excited. Like, I know we had the Marvel one, but it's definitely giving Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie. Yeah. I love it. Walking through walls to the shower. So fun. Hey, that's the name of the movie. Oh, and it doesn't have the actors. Right, of course not. It would have the characters' names of their show because they're the stars of their own show, naturally. That's catchy. I'll give it that. I wish I could dream of popcorn and it would appear. That's amazing.
Are you kidding? Fred and Linda are building a moat in a fully functioning portcullis and no one even knows why.
Why not build a moat? I mean, if you have the chance.
You really are very dashing.
Thank you, darling.
They're so cute. I love it. Oh,
My
God.
illusion vow to bring you back exactly as you are.
I think if you're an actor, this would be so fun to play as well. Like, playing homage to those 50s shows. Oh, where'd she go? Classic. Classic.
We're gonna knock their socks off. Especially with you wearing this.
Oh, my. Color? And red and yellow are very much Marvel colors as well. That's interesting. It's gonna be like Pleasantville, where color slowly seeps into their world. A toy helicopter.
Look, it's the star of the show.
Oh, so funny. I love our neighbors.
We will take good care of him.
Senor Scratchy just loves the stage.
His name is Senior Scratchy. Oh, love it.
So, are you ready to meet Queen Cul-de-sac and her merry homemakers?
And now we get to explore more of the neighborhood. Like the previous episode was all in the house.
The Rotary Club is finishing the stage setup as we speak. They've given the gazebo a fresh coat.
Putting in every ice cube that she puts in. Oh, so funny. Just mimicking her.
Oh, the devil's in the details, Bev.
That's not the
Why do I want to say it's Anya from Buffy?
It's the sole fundraiser for Westview Elementary.
The voice sounds so familiar.
This event has gotten bigger and better.
I'm gonna have to double check the credits.
Those pants are peachy keen.
Do you really think so?
The 50s slang is killing me. I love it.
A few hours until showtime, so a little less cross chatter and a little more focus. Okay.
Oh, that's Anya. For sure.
So, I want you all to give yourself
She's like, I'm not doing well. I'm not fitting in with these guys. So
appropriate time,
endearing.
of course. But first, let's review.
Who hasn't been there?
Geraldine.
And I'm irritated.
It's nice to see her try making friends.
Out. Now you can clap.
Yeah, and like exploring more, you know, people within the town and her neighbors.
Anybody doing this sober?
I like her. She's fun. Yeah, and we get to see the different sets and learn more about their community. So I'm very excited.
In between meals, but at meal times, woof, I'm a regular eater of sheep.
I don't think that went over as well as we thought it would.
It's a prefab job.
That blockhead can't even swing a hammer.
A blockhead? Oh my god.
Trophies Arthur's always polishing. He bought them all at a yard sale in Hackensack.
I knew it. I never won.
It's just an excuse for them to gossip about the town.
Secret gossip to share. Norm here's a communist.
I don't think that's gonna go over well. Not nervous laugh.
Well, my understanding is that it's purely for mastication.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
That's not what he meant. Oh man. So funny. Trying to eat gum.
We actually thought you were serious.
Oh, fun animation of him. Yeah, it sticks in your stomach now. His gears are all stuck. Because he doesn't have a stomach. Oh no. Yeah, it's interesting to see them both be like excluded in separate ways and like feel like an outsider.
To help you clean up today, I feel so lucky.
You are.
And like the different like societal pressures of the 50s.
I don't believe you.
Okay, Dottie, what do you know that we don't know?
Who are you?
Who's talking to them through the radio?
What?
Oh my gosh. What was that? What? Oh, we got color. We got blood.
They say a man is never fully dressed without two.
I was wondering if we would have fake commercials again, and we do.
Oh, is that him? Well, it looks like he's got a little hitch in his giddy up.
His gum is stuck in his gears and he can't walk. Aw.
Wanda, my little cabbage, you look smashing.
And he looks like he's drunk. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Look, I love the cartoon gears. That's so fun.
Where have you been?
Oh, well, me and the boys were playing a rather...
Something strange happened. Before that, too. It's hard to explain.
I was just playing with his shoes.
Hey, you're up, cowboy.
What? Oh, yeah!
It's so good. The performances are amazing. I love it.
Because human beings are easily fooled due to their limited understanding of the inner workings of the universe.
Not a great intro.
You just do it. You don't say it out loud, honey.
Now my wife and I will delight in your dumbstruck little faces.
Not getting better. Not getting better, no. Oh, and now he's flying. Okay. Gonna be weird to explain that one later.
Oh, what the flip? Oh, darling, let me down! Oh, I'm feeling pukey. This is gonna be great. A staggering feat of strength.
Lifts the piano. Again, no one's gonna believe this.
Oops! You weren't supposed to see how we did that trick.
That was my grandmother's piano.
I was gonna say it was clearly a piano 10 minutes before.
Sound like the crowd.
It's Herbert. Herbert.
Pipe down, Sherby, and pick a card.
Sherbert.
Really? Is this your card?
Vision.
She's saving this. This is going badly for him. Yeah, he's just guessing frantically.
Oh, stole my hat! Oh, stop that rabbit! I can't pull a hat out of it.
Not quite.
I just have to pull this hat out of myself.
I'm more confused about how that's gonna go. Oh my god, he passed it through himself with a little star effect. They're not gonna be able to explain that one, buddy.
Oh!
Is that how mirrors work?
So mean.
Sure you don't want an audience volunteer named My Husband Ralph?
So scandalous. They really will believe anything. Oh my gosh. She's like, how did I get here?
But what is going on with you?
I have no idea. I've been feeling weirdy all day. Would you look at that? That really gummed up my works, didn't it?
Oh, stop the puns. They were too much.
You two just did up here has ever happened in the history of our talent show.
Is that good or bad? Yeah.
So
hilarious.
Okay, she likes him. That's good.
Well, I think the children might need some popcorn.
Wanda.
What?
She's pregnant?
Vision.
Is this really happening?
That was suspiciously fast, but hey, we're going with it.
Yes, my love.
Oh, okay. For the children. And what is lurking below the sewer? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Is that you? A beekeeper? What?
No.
What? Now we're rewinding the show? What's going on?
It's really happening.
Yeah, I'm very curious. She's just like, no, I don't want to process this. Rewinds what just happened. And now his face is turning colors. Oh, the whole set is changing. I love these little sparkly lights, little twinkly light effect. So cool. And we're back to Technicolor.
Who's doing this to you, Wanda? Wanda!
Yeah, that was the same radio message that we had before, and ending with the same, like, shape when we pull out, but obviously, yeah, they're in color now. So that was my first time watching Wandavision Season 1, Episode 2. I feel like this was a great continuation of the first episode. We picked up right, again in black and white with the 4:3, and then obviously by the end of the episode, we see it switch back fully to color, and we did have a couple scenes with some color throughout the episode as well, and I was curious if they would slowly, like in the next episode, more and more, but of course, when we have this ending, she kisses Vision, everything turns to color. So yeah, we still had the 4:3, so I'm curious if they will keep that or fully expand to, the regular 16:9. I love black and white. I know what they were trying to do with this, 50s style sitcom, so that would make sense. And now I'm wondering where we're gonna go, if we're gonna go more to like present day now that everything is back in Technicolor. I loved that, shot of having the two beds becoming one. Obviously television in the 50s and 60s was very different, and they didn't show show what we typically show on TV now, even when they have, just pulling the covers over. That was probably like as risque as they could get away with, on TV at the time, so it made sense. And then what I really liked about this episode is that we got to see them kind of struggling to fit in their own way. They obviously have such a strong bond between the two of them. They know their true identities, obviously, where they're trying to hide that from the rest of the world. But we have Wanda and this, women's Rotary Club, and of course Vision going to his neighborhood watch meeting, and to see them both kind of struggle with being different in their own way and not really fitting in and not having society really accept them. Again, given the time, the 50s and 60s, like it was very much fit in, be like everybody else, conform, and having them obviously be very different, and even Vision being like, I don't eat, and then Vision chews a piece of gum, and we see the results of that. But Wanda showing up wearing pants, and everybody kind of not criticizing her, but maybe looking at her a little bit differently because everybody's in dresses, and they make some comments about that, and her cleaning up, and they're like, oh, thank you for giving me the opportunity to clean up. And Dottie has this, unseen power over everybody and this influence over the town. And, you really want to impress her, because if you don't, you might not get into the right schools for your kids or whatever it might be. And to just see them kind of bring in some of those societal pressures and those societal, norms, basically, of be like everybody else, be like your neighbor, like don't ask questions, I think is very interesting. So I'm curious to see where we're going to go with that now that we've branched out into the color world. And when we have that helicopter in the bushes, very much, red and yellow, which is Marvel colors, that's the first thing that comes to mind. And to find that helicopter there makes me wonder, who put it there. We don't really find out. We hear the tree sound from outside in the opening, and again, great performances. The comedic timing is so good as well, and so funny. And I think it could have been hit or miss. They could have gone too far with it, but I think they found that perfect balance. And again, when Dottie gets her hand cut, we see that blood red, and this episode felt like they were trying to bring in a little bit more, where we have the radio, saying, Wanda, who's doing this to you? And again, at the end, as the episode was ending, we have that audio coming through the radio of, Wanda, who's doing this to you? And she doesn't really know what's going on. And then it just cuts back to the regular song on the radio that was playing. So that was interesting. And that happened when there was a moment of color on the screen. So I'm curious, now that we're in a full color, world again, where we're gonna go and what that means. And the rewind scene at the end also, she goes and sees this beekeeper. Again, I'm not an expert in Marvel lore, so I don't know the significance of this beekeeper, and we didn't get to see their face at all. Obviously they were in the beekeeper suit, and we hear the buzzing of the bees as they come out of the sewer. It doesn't bring to mind any Marvel characters right off the top of my head, so she obviously did not want to go forward with that. I don't know where that was going to lead to, but the fact that she's able to rewind, I know it's her show and she's the character, but to have this power over it, and just goes back to standing there with Vision, and she's pregnant. Of course, we saw the beds move together in the start of the episode, so naturally she's pregnant now, at the end of the episode. And they just have this, sweet moment, and we end the episode the same way that we did in the first one, where they pull back, but this time we have that audio, Wanda, who's doing this to you. And I loved the intro scene we got to see for the first time. We had, this, it definitely felt like a Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie or something along those lines. This animated cartoon, he's moving through the walls, getting dressed, getting ready for the day, and Wanda's there, and having them, if I remember correctly, they were dressed in the same clothes that they were wearing for that episode. So I'm curious if that intro will continue in future episodes, or if it was just for this one, because it didn't have it in the first episode. But I thought that was super great. And my first thought was, oh, it'll come up saying like Elizabeth Olsen and, Paul Bettany. And I was like, no, this is a show about them. So naturally their title sequence would be, Wanda and Vision as Vision, of course. So yeah, that was great. And I love that, piece. I think title sequences are very underrated. So it was nice to see them take the time to do that. I like the talent show aspect of it. That was really cool. And all these adults. We didn't really get to see a bunch of the other acts, but obviously after this gum, you know, affects Vision's gears, and I love that they did a cartoon version of what his insides would be. I'm not sure what this is rated, and I don't know if they were trying to keep it a certain rating, and that's why they went with like a cartoon, or if that just felt more in the 50s style. Both would make sense, and the fact that you see the gum stuck in the gears and then Wanda, you know, takes it out was really sweet, and him acting like he's drunk basically because his gears are clogged. And yeah, I thought that was a really fun way to have him be disorientated and using his powers in a way that he obviously wouldn't normally want to show off in front of the entire town, because they're trying to keep their identities a secret. And Wanda, of course, coming to the day and saving him and be like, oh, the piano's actually made of cardboard, and oh, here's a rope for you to be flying, and all these clever ways to make it work. And it seems like they were able to impress Dottie, so I don't know where that's gonna go. And of course, Dottie being played by Anya. If you've seen any of my Buffy the Vampire Slayer reactions, you will know who she is, so it was so great to see that. I definitely recognized her voice, and to me it feels like if Anya was in a 50s sitcom, like very stern, very, you know, follow the rules, let's not, you know, deviate from the path. I don't know if this character is a demon, I guess we'll find out. But it just felt so true. As soon as I saw her, I was like, yes, that's definitely Anya. Obviously, you know, years later, but it was still great to see that. But it was still great to see her and recognize her in this. I definitely recognized a few of the actors in the Neighborhood Watch. I'm blanking on their names, but I know I've seen them in other comedic pieces, and even some I think might have been on SNL, if I'm remembering correctly. I love that we got to explore more of the town and more of the neighborhood in this episode and meet more people. And, you know, we have the pool and the talent show and the library and this little gazebo where they're having the meeting. And obviously, you know, the neighbor is still there, and, you know, the bunny rabbit and the literal white picket fences, like, you know, this very idyllic town, and trying to impress the neighbors, and obviously introducing new characters like Dottie and her group from the Rotary Club and the Neighborhood Watch as well. And I don't know how often we will see those characters. Obviously Vision and Wanda are our main characters throughout this show, so yeah, it's just nice to see their world expanded and see how big this town is, how big this universe that they're in is. And the separate beds, oh my gosh, I wish I could dream of popcorn and it would appear. That's amazing. Why not build a moat? I mean, if you have the chance. This is just an excuse for them to gossip about the town. Who's talking to them through the radio? They really will believe anything. Oh my gosh. She's like, how did I get here? A beekeeper? What movies or TV shows I watch? Be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. The separate beds. Oh my gosh. I wish I could dream of popcorn and it would appear. That's amazing. Why not build a moat? I mean, if you have the chance. This is just an excuse for them to gossip about the town. Who's talking to them through the radio? They really will believe anything. Oh my gosh. She's like, how did I get here? A beekeeper?